If it is or if it ain't, it's gonna come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. It is December the 15th, 2021, and today the topic is Count It All Joy. Good morning, y'all. Look, man, okay, long story short, I believe that the topic today was inspired by the joy on my husband's face this morning. Yeah, I mean, I know this might sound cheesy. I know all of this might sound crazy, but hey, I'm just thankful and grateful for this season, man. I'm thankful and grateful for like this moment. Long story short, with him, y'all know that he has a new job now and all that stuff, and yesterday and today ended up being a day off for him. And so it was funny because this morning I was bumbling around the way I usually do because it was dark, obviously in our room. And I'm, trying to be quiet and sneak out the room so I can get ready to do the juice. And lo and behold, I look around and he's in his office. And I'm like, oh, I thought you was in the room. And I don't know. Like I said, his smile, the joy on his face. I just was like, okay, you seem all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And so that was my inspiration this morning, y'all, the word joy. After I did my prayer meditation, I kind of was distracted. I was working. But when I decided to focus, right, the word joy came into my heart and mind. And so I looked up verses centered around that, and here we are. Shout out to the person that's watching me live. But yeah, so that's the inspiration for today. Not too much to report. Side note, I think everybody in my house is awake right now. It's like 5:30 in the morning and everybody's awake. Because my son was awake, he was awake, and me too. So anyway, side note. But anyway, let's get into this, y'all. Count it all joy. Count it all joy. The first verse I want to share this morning is James 1 and 2. It says, "Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds." Whew. I know we don't like to do this, right? We when we're in our mood and our tune, we don't necessarily think about joy. I've been there. I definitely have been there. And I find it interesting because I feel like, at least lately, I've encountered people that maybe going through some things, maybe in a dark space right now. And for me, when I share my my method or whatever, when it comes to certain stuff, I don't want to be insensitive, right, to someone else's plight. I don't want to be insensitive to understand, because I do understand that sometimes it takes people a little bit longer to deal with certain things, right? So, so saying this verse, for example, like, oh, you're going through a trial, well, count it all joy, brother. I get that, how depending on where you are spiritually, that might not be the best advice, or, well, not say it's not the best advice, but how can I say it? It may not be what someone wants to hear, right, when they're down. Now I can say on the flip side, that when I do focus on things or try to realize or try to have a different point of view of my trials, right, that has helped me to understand that, okay, when I'm going through a trial or when I'm going through something that is maybe I'm down about, that, well, I guess, one, I'm in a good company because there's plenty of biblical figures that went through things that might have had them down for a season, but at the end of the day, those things again led to whatever the great things is that they needed to do, or be part of or whatever like that. And again, I've seen that in my life multiple times as well. A lot of times when I went through things and it was hard and stuff when I was going through it, but then knowing that, okay, I do have hope, I do have faith, I do know that even though I may be down now, um, there may be a blessing around the corner. I think that's what I try to focus on now, right? When I feel like when I'm down in my down moments, I try to remember that, okay, you know, obviously there must be something around the corner for me. And um and that encourages me to, that's how I handle certain situations. And then sometimes again, sometimes things, if if it goes out of your life, then maybe it's not supposed to be there, you know. So that's something that I try to find balance with as well. So yeah. Yeah, that's what I tend to think about when I read this verse this morning. Count it all joy when we go through, oh, excuse me, when we meet trials of various kinds. So something to think about, y'all. We just gotta, like the Bible say, renew our minds when it comes to this. Um, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with feeling how you feel and acknowledging that. Okay, I feel, maybe I don't like this or that. Maybe this is something that I need to work through. But at the same time, try your best not to stay there in that place. Try your best to remember that, hey, I have hope. I don't have to give up. Um, you know, I don't have to worry. I don't have to fret because I have God. So, something to think about there. James 16:24 says, "Until now you have asked nothing in my name. Ask and you will receive, that your joy may be full." I know I've shared this verse with you all here on Juice multiple times. Obviously, again, God wants us to come to Him, to ask so we can receive, and all those different things. I'm gonna touch on something that I noticed in a minute. I'll touch on it after this, or after in a minute. Anyway, here we go. John 16:22. It says, here we go. Let me see. Okay. So also you have sorrow now, but I will see you again, and your heads, and your hearts will rejoice, and no one will take your joy from you. I'll read that again. It says, so also you have sorrow now, but I will see you again, and your hearts will rejoice, and no one will take your joy from you. Yeah, like the word says, weeping may endure for the night, but joy comes in the morning. People say trouble don't last always. All those different phrases and the things like that. I guess to me that's what that verse means. Let me share this next verse with you all. It's John 15:11. It says, "These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be full." So this one I wanted to share with you all. I noticed today that there's a lot of phrases in the Bible that's talking about fullness of joy and may your joy be full and overflowing with joy and all these different fullness of joy phrases. I don't know. I just kind of noticed that this morning as I was writing it down. I know, like I said, I just shared two of them here on the juice today. I believe that this is what God wants for us, right? For our joy to be full. For us to want His joy, right? The type of joy He has. So just something to think about. Psalm 118:24. It says, "This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." Friend, again, I know that sometimes people may wake up in that bad mood, and too, they may wake up with, bad news, whatever it is. But again, we should count it all joy. We should understand that at the end of the day, like this verse says, that this is the day that the Lord has made, and we should rejoice and be glad in it. There is something to be joyful about. There is something to be thankful and grateful about every day, even if it's just, you saw another day of life, and that's a blessing, So I hope that these things encourage you and inspires you today. I mean, there are some more verses in the Go Deeper section for you all to, peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds this morning. Yeah. I guess, like I said, y'all can thank my husband for this little joyful message on today. I hope that you guys, again, I just hope that it encourages and inspires you. Today, the Bible verse of today is Hebrews 11:22 through 23. It says, by faith, Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel and gave commandment concerning his bones. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents because they saw he was a proper child and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Just let me say this disclaimer. I forgot to tell y'all, both podcast and live people, my apologies for yesterday. If anybody was looking for accountability, your girl didn't wake up, y'all. I didn't wake back up after I did the juice. I did not wake up on time. And so my apologies. We have rescheduled the next episode of Accountability to be on Friday. So that is the plan for that. Friday morning, 8:30 a.m., the next episode of Accountability. I mean, I was excited to share with you all my progress because, I can visually see more progress. So, and again, I do have a special announcement as well. So hopefully by the grace of God, we'll be doing accountability on Friday at 8:30 a.m. And my apologies again for being human. But anyway, y'all, hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for podcast people. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
There's no time to get my nails done. Oh, I know. I went to unwindselfcare.com and got my 100% nail polish strips. Thanks, Unwind Self Care.